Alright, let's get started with today's video. Hot! We're back at it again! Before we get started with today's video, make sure you subscribe to the channel because a lot of y'all did not subscribe when I looked like a fool trying to repaint my car. Look down, subscribe, and we'll be good. And we can watch this video together in the bathrooms while taking a poop. Make sure you like the video too. So you guys might be wondering, who is this? This is my friend, Jason, aka Vane Media. He's been working on, shooting a lot of rollers, shooting content, and he's starting to get into vlogging. If you guys to support his social media links, which I'll link below, his Instagram, his YouTube channel that he'll be starting soon. If you can support, it'd be great, because we are some small people on this world. All it takes is a follow, a like, a comment maybe. Yeah, small people, small world, 5'6", he's like 6'2". So you might be wondering today, from the title, we will be installing coilovers onto the mom car. Do I know what I am doing? Definitely not. Are there videos on YouTube showing how to install coilovers on a 2019 X3? Not really. There is a video of a person installing coilovers, I think on the older generation of the X3. I don't know if it's relevant. I know some parts are interchangeable when it comes to like springs and maybe struts with X3s from the new generation, the G01. I know there are people installing MSS, adjustable springs onto these cars, mainly X3Ms. And there's definitely not a video on YouTube showing how to install Silver's coilovers onto these cars. If we're talking about coilover options, we have Godspeed Racing, which is like China brand, like $800, $900 for a set of coilovers, which you might want to buy them, but most of the time whenever you buy them and realize you're not happy with it, it's because you get what you pay for. But moving up in price range, we have about $1,200 for BC Racing coilovers, which again, we know is rebranded Chinese stuff. There are a lot of other brands that are kind of popular, like Megan Racing and such. BC has a little bit more quality control, maybe. Don't flame me up for that. But yeah, I just didn't want to go with BC coilovers just because I know it's like hit or miss. The next option at like $1,300 was the Silver's coilovers, which I'll put a picture up here for. I went with these because KWs are too expensive, whether you're going with V2, V3. V2s are like $2,300. I think V3s are like $2,900, and that's like without the module. Luckily, my car does not have the EDC module, so we don't have to plug anything up to cancel anything, so we don't have codes. We'll be fine. Now let's move over to see what's in the box.
I got the jack stands and jack ready. 3-ton, 6,000 pound maximum.
Is the coilovers. I'm not gonna show you this yet because we got a couple of other things that we got in the mail. Start off with the small stuff. First one, we got a torque wrench because apparently the last 5 torque wrenches that I bought have been stolen by my friends that I forget where they go. Next, we got an impact gun because I'm tired of wrenching. And so this will come in handy, taking off the tires, taking off suspension components like control arms, tie rods, whatever I need to take off, because I really don't know what I need to take off yet because no one makes a video on this crap. Next, we went to Harbor Freight and got ourselves a jack, 2 jacks, and a jack stand. Jack stands and a jack because I'm tired of borrowing people's equipment. And also, it's just good because I'll be able to do my own oil changes, and I have another car that I need to work on that I'll show y'all in a future video. Oh, that's not how it goes. Don't mind me. All right, I definitely needed jack stands.
2 jack stands assembled.
To go along with our jacks, a lot of y'all know BMWs are dumb, and we got our little jack pads. We got a jack.
The grease.
Greasy.
Now.
Oh.
Rapid.
Oh my gosh.
What is it on the box? Rapid pull.
Oh my god.
Pump.
Okay.
Oh, hey, for the others.
Last. Oh! We have our Neomax coilovers. And I believe these are rated at 8K and 12K, which I honestly don't know what that means. I know it's the spring rate, but we're not scientists out here. So these are the rears, I believe, with the 4 bolts, nuts, and these are the fronts. All right, let's go ahead and get the car jacked up.
We gotta.
Okay. Good. We need tools. Brand new impact wrench. Let's see what Amazon can do for us. Oh! Does this thing not like going? Oh, I think 3 is only used to brake. It won't let me go below. Oh, reverse only lets us do like, yeah. Okay. Oh, reverse. All right, so next part, we got the wheel off. And then the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take off the part of the cowl cover that, wait, does the cowl cover? We're gonna figure this out before we shoot this shot. After doing some very quick R&D, really just the R and not the D, what you wanna do is you want to remove 1/3 of the cowl cover. All you gotta do is rotate it to unlock it and it comes up. So we're gonna remove that. And then you're gonna want a pry tool, specifically one with a V in it. So what you wanna do is remove 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's 5 and 6 on the inside and outside of where the cowl cover was. So we're gonna go ahead and quickly remove those. And these are reusable, very easy to use. Kind of like push buttons whenever you reinstall them. 2, 3, 4. Thanks, homie. 5. These could be a little bit stubborn, so just kind of take it slow, wiggle it, and they'll come out. 5 and 6 is right back here. We can get that up. All right, 6, and this whole thing should. Oh, there are wires. Oh, what is holding on to this? There you go. Okay. Easy. And that exposes our 3, hold on. Resuming from the hold on, the OEM strut tower mount uses Torx bits, I believe, whereas the replacement, or I guess the aftermarket ones, do use a bolt and screw kind of deal. Yeah, back from doing a little bit more R&D. Seems like it's not very complicated. This gets replaced onto the new coilovers. We need to take off the end link, and what holds this also is the brake line bracket. So you'll want to take that off too. Actually, you'll want to take off the sandwich for the whole coilover to sit in, which on this side, I'll put the size on the screen of what this is and then what the other side is, because you'll want to hold one side and then wrench out the other side. Good afternoon, YouTube, and to the parts of the people that do not live in Texas and have to work on their cars in 100-degree weather. This coilover install has not been going the way we expected, up until we realized we couldn't get the old struts off of the car, the OEM ones. And that is due to me not having this special tool. Hold on. This special tool. These special tools that basically help spread the collar that holds the strut in place. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna lift the car back up, we're gonna put it on jack stands, we're going to take off the 3 bolts that we need, and along with all the other stuff we need in the front, and we're gonna continue from there. what is a coilover install, or in general car part install, without delay in the install process. After spending about 30-45 minutes of hammering away and trying to wiggle the stock strut out of the strut knuckle, I used the jack to kind of go up, go back down, go back up, go back down to figure out what is in the way of the strut coming out. Here, let me show you guys. So basically, I'm using the strut spreader right there. You can see it is a straight split. The main thing I had to remove out of the brake assembly or the whole suspension assembly is this ball joint. This one, so we're on the driver's side right now, as you can see, and it's going to be the very front knuckle. So with that, you're gonna want to take that out first because it does not want to come out if it's too low. So it does go through that hole right there. You're gonna use, I believe, an 18, and I believe if you just use an impact, it'll come out. Yeah, that's the only one you really gotta take out. And then now you have this kind of angle. I don't know, toe, camber, whatever. Definitely not camber, but I believe it's toe or something. I don't know. I don't do suspension. My buddies do. Take that one out, and then you'll be able to wiggle it sideways. So as you can see here, we have the stock suspension and we have the aftermarket ones. I believe they're already preloaded. There's no shake in the spring. Seems like they already set it to even height on both. Obviously, we're gonna have to adjust it as we go. Definitely recommend 2 people to do this. I'm not doing this all by myself right now. I did have my buddies earlier, but today is not the next day, it is 2 days after that day. If you're doing it by yourself, keep the 3 the aluminum bolts in the original suspension while you're taking out the knuckle. A lot of hammering. I would recommend WD-40. My homies were like, should we get some PV Blast for WD-40? I was like, nah, it'll be fine. Go get some. We'll go ahead and install the new suspension and basically just put everything back together in reverse. My main issue was that on the back of, so this is the front, on the back of the coilover, there is a small Phillips that lines up with the slit of the strut knuckle. So make sure that's aligned or else it won't go all the way up. After that, it's pretty easy. Let's finish this side and we'll do the driver's side or the passenger side and move on to the rear. Dude, I am so exhausted. My hands hurt, I'm so dirty. I really hope this car isn't too low. I feel like it's gonna be really low. I already torqued down the wheels. Well, technically the wheels aren't torqued down yet because the car's in the air still. But I am so exhausted and we still gotta do the rears, which honestly I feel like it's gonna be much more difficult than I thought. As I should be thinking through most of this build, but we'll see. We will see. No, let's go for the drop. All right, let's see how low it is. Oh, I could definitely go a little lower. I am not mad with where it's at right now. We could honestly drop it a whole nother ½ inch. But again, we do gotta let the spring settle too, so we'll leave it at this height for now. I'll do the rears and we'll bring it in. If I need to drop it down a little bit more, we'll do that. This is what the fronts are looking like. We do have the rear jacked up, so not very accurate. But it looks like we dropped it about, I'd say, 1 inch, maybe a little bit over 1 inch we dropped so far. Obviously it's more clear when the car is fully on the ground, or hopefully you saw it when I dropped the car. Now we're working on the rears. So before I open the trunk and kill all my battery, we're gonna take a look at this. Here's the strut assembly. What I'm thinking is we have to remove 1, 2, 3 maybe. Hopefully thinking 1 and 2. Hopefully that's the case. My biggest concern is that it might be in the way whenever we're trying to remove the whole strut. We'll try to just remove these 2 first. I honestly think we should be fine. Let's give it a try. All right, take 2. Today is a new day. Yeah, I stopped recording yesterday during and after the coilover install because I was fed up after hammering the front coilovers front struts for about 2 hours of my life. We ended up getting everything fitted. I drove around a couple of times yesterday night and this morning, and it feels fine. No clunking, no clanking, nothing scary. So that's good. The only thing that we do need to do is adjust the alignment. I'm probably driving at about like an 11 o'clock to go straight. It's not horrible. I've seen worse. I would say the front dropped about 1.5 inches, which is good. I do want to go maybe 1/2 inch lower. I don't know if we should get spacers or not. Probably not. I kind of like the tucked look, but again, this is an SUV, so I think the flush look would look better. You can tell on the front end, pause from the coilover talk, we did add these front, I guess, trim bits for the vents. I always thought that this car had a soft kind of look at the front. You know, the front lip did make it a bit more aggressive, but I also still felt there's just a lot of softness around the bumper. And I really do think this ties it in. I'm not a huge fan of adding things to the front bumper. I think it's a little bit corny, but in this case, I think it looks fine. This is one of those eBay purchases that a lot of people steer away from. But yeah, if you do plan on buying these, please make sure, you know, these are actually meant for the non-M models. So you do have to do a little bit of trimming on the inside, but you cannot see it. So that's good. Let's move on to the rear. So the rear, we did drop, I would say about maybe 1 inch. I contacted Silvers to see if we can get something that goes a little bit lower because this is bottomed out. And I would say this is maybe 1/4 inch more aggressive than what you would get out of H&R springs. Again, these do have to settle in, so maybe a week or two, these should settle, probably another 1/4 inch. But yeah, they honestly look good. I am looking for a little bit of a lower look, but we can always add some side skirts that I do want to get. I think will also make this car look a little bit better. If you're going to do suspension on the X3, please, please, please find someone to help you with it. It is very stressful with just one person. I did this basically all by myself because I was impatient. I ended up getting help for the rear with my friends. They ended up coming after their job. Very helpful. When you're doing the rear, make sure you have a set of Torx bits, the little star-shaped bits. Those are gonna come in handy because you do have to remove the rails inside of your X3. You do have to remove both panels on the side. So you have the one that has a little cargo holder, and then you have the one that is kind of where your back seat is. There's 2 panels. The one that's closer and the one that's further. So on both sides, remove those. You should be able to access the 4 Torx sockets, T-sockets really, for your strut. You shouldn't have to remove the whole rail. You should be able to just lift it and shove a wrench in there and be able to unscrew those. This is bottomed out. This could go a little bit lower. There's space on the actual coilover. I hope there was enough information in this video to guide you through the suspension of an X3. Hopefully another video coming soon, and I hope you guys have a great one. Future Alex here, and as in future Alex, I mean Alex 1 hour after I shot that last clip. I feel like I had the urge to actually show you what goes on in the trunk, so you know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about panels and clips and such. So I'm gonna try and break this down as simply as possible, and here's the trunk. So in the trunk, the first thing you're gonna want to do is lift this up, and you're gonna want to undo these 2. They're kind of like screw tabs. You just turn them 90 degrees with the flathead, and those will pop up. Obviously, you want to move your shade cover, security cover, and then inside of this tub where your luggage would go, there's 2 tabs, 1 and 2, that you're gonna pop up. And then once that's up, you kind of have that set free. And then on your rails, you're gonna have T bits, torque bits. I believe it's like a T30 something, maybe a T40, something like that, to get 1, 2, and 3 all the way back there. So once you get those out, you're not done yet. You want to remove, well, obviously you want to bring down your back seats, bring those down. And then this literally just pops off, so there's a little handle you can grab, pull that, and then come up. So you're gonna take that out. And then this one, you're gonna do the same thing, but you're gonna remove this tab right here, which I believe is a clip tab. Again, with the flathead, just pop it up, pull it out. And then you're gonna remove this black piece right here. Turn the brightness up. So yeah, you're gonna wanna remove this piece right here. Not the whole thing, just this little trapezoid looking piece. And after that, there is another one of these clips that you're gonna take off. And then yeah, you just take off those two clips, and then this should be free to plop out. Same side, or same thing on the other side. You're gonna remove, there's a tab over here or a clip, and then there's a clip behind that plastic piece. So yeah, after that, you should be able to access your strut tower, which is like right behind the second bolt around here, and then same thing on that side. So I hope that gives you a better visual of what goes on back here, and back to video.